In this video we'll give you some tips that you can start using right away on how to easily make your presentation really professional. Rule number 1 is less is always more. Simplify as much as possible. One way to simplify is not to stuff the slides. It's hopeless for your audience to grasp what they are seeing when there is too much information. Use multiple slides to present a complex context. One slide, one step. A trick can be that if you feel compelled to say, you may not see what is written here, but, then you clearly have too much on the slide. Keep it simple. It may happen that you have been given the task of presenting the project you worked on for 5 or 10 years in a single PowerPoint slide. That is a pretty common task, isn't it? It is completely understandable that you want to put so much of all this knowledge into the slide, but the result is that no one understands anything. Your listeners get lost in their thoughts instead of seeing the road ahead clearly. You want the listeners to be excited as you are, right? This means that you have to choose the very most important things so that your message is clear. Then you can dig deeper into your subject. It gives you time to speak calmly during the presentation. Presenting your project on one single PowerPoint slide is almost the same as making an elevator pitch. What would you say about your project if you only had a short elevator ride to explain it? Trust your audience to see your PowerPoint slides. You don't have to read what it says. After all, the audience has time to read the text on the slide silently to themselves much faster than you read it out loud. If there is someone visually impaired in the audience, you must of course describe the slides, but otherwise it is not necessary. Sometimes you have a great quote that you want to share. Do it, but give the audience time to read it first. You might find it hard to remember what you were supposed to say on each slide if you haven't written notes. And of course, memory aids are important, but they don't have to be in the PowerPoint. PowerPoint is there to support and reinforce what you have to say. It is not a companion. You can put your notes in PowerPoint's notes field, and then you will get them when you present in presentation mode. If you think it's tricky, you can have the notes written on the paper or on your mobile phone, but not in the PowerPoint slide. But you might say, my audience wants the PowerPoint slides afterwards. To remember, they should avoid taking notes. But then it's better to make a handout where you collect the most important points and distribute to your audience. You can make the handout as detailed as you want. In this way, you can give an engaging presentation while your audience can be confident that they will not miss important facts. Otherwise, ask the audience to take their own notes, but that they will receive your PowerPoint as a support for the memory afterwards.